Well, welcome gamers to Wargroove 2, which is coming out on the 5th of October 2023. So if you're watching this after that date, the game is available. I'm actually at the Wargroove, I always call it Wargroove, the Wargroove website, because I think this is the most succinct way and the fastest way to explain what Wargroove 2 is, and also what the original Wargroove is as well, because that, of course, will still be available. You can get a bundle where you get both of these. They also come basically on PC, on Nintendo Switch. Not sure what else they actually have. Let's just have a quick look at the FAQ. In fact, if we have a look at the banter for Wargroove 2 back in through here, you can sort of see this one does present, I guess, very succinctly what this one does come. Yeah, there we go. Steam and Nintendo Switch. I'm thinking I'm going to end up, this is the Steam version that I'm playing at the moment, and this is a preview version of that one, but I'm thinking I wouldn't mind getting my hands on the Nintendo Switch version as well. It plays very, very well as a console game, as well as just a PC game. It's very, very pure. So you can see Wargroove 2 iterates and builds upon the original in a way that is satisfying, surprising, and most importantly, fun. So that's just one of the I guess the statements about somebody else. It's Tech Raptor, who is obviously sort of done a review of the actual game itself that is coming. And I have certainly found that I really like what I've seen so far in Wargroove 2. I've played it for a little bit. So return to the battlefield, sea and sky, with the cast of new commanders, using your wits to wage turn-based war. So it is a turn-based game, very, very pure game. All new Wargroove adventure for new recruits and veteran war dogs alike. And it really is, it's got a lot going for it. Now, should you buy this one and Wargroove itself? You can if you just want to get more content, but I would probably say that really you probably really only need Wargroove 2, to be honest, because there is a more of a randomized way to play the game. It's still very anyway, we'll play a bit of that in this session, so I won't sort of spoil the fun with that one through there. As we come back down a bit deeper, you can sort of see a few more of the things that they sort of talk about in through here. So command the land, sea and sky and 3 interwoven campaign stories. We'll talk about this when we get in there. I've got this one unlocked at this point in time. An all-new faction joins the fight, it's like a mouse faction, which I know will excite most of you guys, having sort of like furry type characters to sort of play with. But no, I'm only joking, of course. But it's sort of funny, the purity of the game works in very, very well. And it's been a long time since I've played the original Wargroove. It's one of those games that I always meant to play more of and never really got back to it after it first launched. I'm hoping that I do play. That's why I'm thinking I wouldn't mind grabbing the Nintendo Switch version, just so I don't have to be down in here where I'm recording to play the game. So leader ROGUELIKE Conquest, we'll talk about this one. This is really exciting. If you do like more procedural type content, I'll show you how that one actually does work. It's interesting. Probably not as fleshed out in some aspects as I would like. So I'm sort of hopeful that will then come later on. So we've got return to the battlefield with new commanders back in through this other side. So we've got a few different new commanders that have come back in across different sorts of factions. So embark on an all-new adventure filled with unlikely friendships, unknown adversaries and ugly revenge plots. 3 years have passed since Queen Mercia and her allies defeated the ancient adversaries and restored peace to Orania. Now an ambitious foreign faction is unearthing forbidden technologies that could have catastrophic consequences for the land and its people. Only bold decisions, smart resourcing, and tactical know-how can repair a fractured realm. So we've got this mouse faction which has come in. So new adversaries have burrowed into Orania. So a nation of curious mouse folk have landed in Orania on a scholarly expedition. What the Afari Republic lacks in military experience, they more than make up for with academic theory. Equipped with mysterious crystal technology, commanders Lytra, Pistol, and Romb must all work together in pursuit of information for their mysterious benefactors. So this is sort of like the new faction that is coming back in. They've got different sorts of abilities as well. We've got an all-new groove system as well. If you've played the original and trying to sort of figure out, what that means, the groove is like when a commander gets enough power, they have like a special ability, and so this sort of then takes us beyond, just sort of like simple unit versus unit, which is what, for example, Advanced Wars and Battle Isle was. They didn't actually have this sort of way of elevating the game, and Wargroove does do that. I'll talk about that in just a minute as well. So take down your enemies and deliver the final blow with your commander's groove, a special skill unique to each commander that can turn the tides of battle. With the all-new tiered groove system, you can tactically bide your time and wait for your main groove to charge or impact your chances of victory immediately with a special ability. So the groove system itself now is not just once you've actually got enough level, it will then turn on. You can keep on leveling it up and go to another level above the original one to sort of do even more damage or whatever the special ability might actually then go and be. So you get more creative than ever with new and improved map, campaign, and cutscene editors. This is really simple to use, I've got to say, like really simple. Develop new tactics and 5 new unit types to master. Now, I don't know what the 5 different unit types actually are. I'm sort of interested to find out what these are. I think there's going to be a lot more to do with, as you can see through here, like some sort of Kraken or something. Now, everyone will get a variation of these units, so it's not as if, like everyone, the basic units are not unique to any particular faction. They are spread across all the factions, but I'll show you that as well when we get into it. So, return to the battle with 3 new single-player campaigns and new single-player game mode. Conquest mode. This is the one that I'm most interested in. This is Conquest mode over through here. This is your main story missions back over this other side. So 2 different ways of playing the game, depending on how you like to play it. I like the procedural content, so for me, this is my go-to, which is what I'll be mainly sort of showing in this run, but I will actually show you how this one does actually work. Battle After Dark with new night mode, so we actually have now something that makes it more difficult to sort of then see, but the fog of war does kick in a different sort of way. And then we also have battle with, this one in through here as well. We've got like I think this is like a frost mode. You have like a foggy type mode as well. So there's a few different modes of play, which again is interesting. Battle with or against your friends in co-op and multiplayer mode, locally or online for up to 4 players. That is massive as well. Like I know a lot of you guys actually like that aspect of these sorts of games where you can actually play together, like on the same computer or on the same system. So there is actually a local multiplayer as well as an online multiplayer, and that's a big selling point for these sorts of games. Anyway, that's where we are with that one. If we just go back up and just click on the FAQ, I'll just quickly show that as well, because there is a lot of information to to summarize. Again, it's one of these things where I think we can impart much more information by using this distilled version for us. So what is Wargroove? It's a turn-based strategy game up to 4 players in which each player takes control of an army and its commander unit to wage war on their enemies. Use your commander's groove to strategically sway the fight in your favour and take it to online multiplayer to challenge your friends. You can even design and share online your very own maps, cutscenes and campaign stories with easy-to-use editors and in-depth customization tools. And they are very, very easy to use. So what is Wargroove 2? Wargroove is a sequel to the original Wargroove, coming out on October the 5th, 2023. It's a standalone game with new units, commanders, and game modes to enjoy. More details are available in their store page or with the press kit. Yeah, so that's okay. We won't worry about those. And so the next question is basically, so it's basically like Advance Wars, and the answer here is, and this is, I think, really important. If you've played Advance Wars or understand Advance Wars, if you played Battle Isle back in the day, this sort of shows you why Wargroove is the next iteration of those type of games. So kinda, but it's more complicated than that. There's plenty of core gameplay differences, such as commanders taking a more active role in the battlefield, a critical hit system, 2 to 4 players online multiplayer, asynchronous play and local co-op, a super robust map, campaign and cutscene editor, as well as an arcade mode for each character and series of fun puzzle mode challenges. So there's a lot more content than what Advance Wars had. Advance Wars is a very old game now, of course. Wargroove aims to recreate the charm and accessibility of the titles that inspired it while bringing modern technology into the formula. This modern focus allows for high-resolution pixel art, robust online play, and deep modding capability, ultimately creating the most complete experience for Advance Wars and turn-based strategy fans. And that really does sum up what the game is all about. So I really like this little statement here. It was actually when I read this that I thought, this explains where Wargroove 2 is so much better than what I could do in like half an hour of just trying to put it all together. I think that really does sum up, if you know what Advanced Wars is like and you're missing it because it's just not available on the PC, Wargroove takes that formula and extends upon it and does it very, very well. There's a few games like it around now, I guess, a bit more like the Advanced Wars sort of style, but not very many. But Wargroove was probably the best of them that came out, and then Wargroove 2 will, of course, now surpass Wargroove 1. Anyway, it just goes through all the different bits and pieces there about the other sorts of things that you can sort of then go through. Now, as far as sharing the maps are concerned, you can sort of see there you can actually share the maps. There is no workshop. Steam Workshop is not used, and I'm guessing that's because of the Nintendo Switch probably being almost a bigger market than the PC version, I would guess, ultimately. And so you can play with both the Switch and the PC version. At the moment with Wargroove 2, there wasn't any maps available at this point because the game hasn't released yet. I thought that the developer may have sort of placed a couple in there, but for whatever reason, the version I've got at this moment is not talking properly to wherever there might be maps. Anyway, let's get into the actual game so you can see what it looks like. There we go, made by Chucklefish, along with whatever it is. Anyway, whatever it is, it's whatever it is. Now, a few different things. Custom content, let's have a quick look at this one in through here. So this is where we then go to create the maps, where we go to share the maps. And so, for example, if I go to share or download player-made content online, it connects to the server, which is fine, does that one, but then can't find any actual content there just yet. So nothing much in there that we can actually then go and do. As far as creating your own maps is concerned, you've got a map editor, you've got a campaign editor. I think there was also a cutscene editor, which may be part of the campaign editor. Yeah, there's nothing else in through there. We can just go to a new campaign. And so we then can sort of start to, I don't know if we can load in. What does this one do? This one's, yeah, no maps in the campaign. Yeah, we need to load maps in. Okay, so this one's, we're too far over. Let's just delete progress and just click on OK and escape. So for whatever reason, we can't do that one. Just go back to custom content. We'll have a quick look at the map making. So create your very own map. So we've got the map in through here. Now I did sort of start this one in through this other side. I'm going to delete that one. Just click on OK, and so there's nothing in there. Just go to new map. It's very, very simple. So what it does do is it sort of just places like the start of the actual map into this other side. But you've got things, for example, like adding in the terrain back into this other side, the units, the physical features like the cities or whatever else it might be. And if you click down in the bottom here, you then get a list of all the different things that you can then go and place. And so it's very nicely done. You've then got sort of like just, I think that these don't actually do anything. They're just basically decorations. Then you've got like the items as well, the different power-up items you can then go and place in your map if you're wanting them to. And then finally you've got, I think this is like text. So I'm not sure if that's what that one actually does do. I'm not sure how we use that one. That's the one thing I'm not really sure about. Don't know if this does either. Does that then extend? Oh, mirroring. That's mirroring. Okay, so it's just a mirror type thing. Actually, I should just go back to the square. You can then rotate, of course, different bits and pieces, and then you've got like the overall map properties back and through this other side, talking about the. Well, this is interesting as well, I guess, like the biome that you're going to be then sort of using, like whether, there's a few different biomes now available in the game. Don't know what impact that has. I don't think very much, to be honest. Map type, you've got sort of like skirmish, scenario, or puzzle type maps. Again, it's just interesting to see what they've got available. Time of day, you've got like evening, green finger mood, I don't know what that is, morning, night, nightmare, and then noon back in through there, all sorts of different things in through here, which then sort of... it's like if we do Dungeon Dark, it's then going to sort of set up things where we're not seeing too much else around the actual place. So that sort of is interesting. But it's just so much you can do with this game. Visibility will be clear or fog of war. Just place the fog in there, for example. The weather, sunny, windy, rain, sandstorm, whatever you want, really, in this sort of instance. There's just so much just of setting up these particular maps. So I thought I'd just show this just so you can see what does go on. We've got the resizing as well. So we've got the, like if we wanted to sort of change this one to say by an 18, for example, and just go enter, we then just get a bigger map. Just close that one off. There's so much in the player properties as well. So you've got the different styles. Now, I don't know if we can change these. If we just go back and edit this one. So you've got the commander. You've got like a whole lot of different commanders in through here from the different factions as well. So how they sort of then do go and work. There's just heaps of them. And the color, of course, the what you're going to be playing as. Now, I'm guessing that will come from the commander. If we just go with one of the others, that's human as well. That's human as well. I'm not sure how we change the control. Oh, sorry, that's the way that we actually play it. Okay, determine if there's a human player or an AI player. There, that's okay. That's not really much. Balance team 1, initial money, and then so this one has to be played as a human. This one here, I'm guessing, if we edit it, it's still human. Actually, that's interesting. I'm not sure how we change that one across. Anyway, whatever it is, it's I haven't played with this at all, but there is a lot we can do in here. So we'll close that one off, and yep, and then we'll just exit. There, so we've got nothing really saved in that point in time. So that's the custom content that you've actually then got. The extras are the things, for example, like the codec, which is very, very cool. We'll look at that in game, and then you've got a jukebox as well. That's the tunes that you can then sort of go and listen to back in through here as well. But we'll have a look at the codec when we're in game. The options are fairly good. One thing I have done is I'm skipping the intro sequences. I find them just overwhelmingly boring. To be honest, they really do my head in, so I prefer just not to play with them at all, even though they do set up the stories. If you're playing the storyline, I know some of you will like it. I don't. I just find I'm just click, come on, hurry up. I don't care what you say, just hurry up. I guess it does set a tone and a mood, but it's not really anything that I really want. I'll just go back out, so we'll just go, I don't want to reset progress, otherwise I'll have to do all of the tutorials again, I would guess. So we've got the extras, custom content, multiplayer. Again, back in through here, you've got local and online, which is very, very cool. I really like that a lot. The fact that you can do that one, and up to 4 players as well. It's fast. The turns are fairly quick. I haven't tested this to see what this one looks like. If we have a bit of a look at this one, let's just have a look. These are the different, you've got 2-player maps and 4-player maps, and through this other side. If we have a look at a 2-player map, for example, you've got free-for-all, backwaters. I'm not sure if we can change these, different beaches and stuff. Let's just have a quick look at this one here. Just click on OK. Yeah, there we go. So we can actually then override a lot of these different things as well. So we can actually then go and change the biomes, change the tone, the time of day, the commanders back in through here. No groove, all sorts of different ways of setting up an actual combat game against somebody else. The one thing with these are not random maps, and that's one thing I would love to see in the game at some point, just a way for it to have a balanced sort of random map. But it is crafted, so the maps are crafted. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the community will actually then go and build for the game. I think that's going to be really quite cool. So anyway, that's just, if you just go OK, I think that this will be, click on OK here, player 1, hold any button to start, and there you go. You've then got to sort of then go and choose your different factions, how they would sort of then come back in. There's a few different factions that you actually have in the game itself. So I think if we grab that one there, for example, so this can be either human. This is interesting. You can actually play these against human or AI. So the multiplayer can still be a multiplayer. Against an AI player. Position player 1. Yep, team number 1. So that's okay. Just go next. Player number 2. Hold anything in through here. So we can actually you can play against anything really in this case. I don't know if you can play against random. And the new the new ones are in here. Some of the new characters are actually in here as well. So these are new. Back in through these are the new faction. So for example, if you play that one as an AI. Player 2, team 2, just go next. And then we're actually into the game itself. So that it then just starts to play out. And from here you then have to start to build things up. I really like this a lot. This is such a good game. So they're down in the bottom here. There's no Fog of War, but we could have set that up with Fog of War if we wanted to. Again, this is, if you've played Advanced Wars or any games like Battle Isle, it will look like that, but it's so much better, so much more than what Battle Isle or Advanced Wars actually ever was. So let's not do this one. Let's go to the mission, and we'll resign. and we'll then go and play one of the random campaigns, so you can sort of see what that looks like. So you can play, that's interesting, I didn't realise you could play the multiplayer modes against the AI, which is really, really cool. So I'm actually really quite happy about that. Not just really happy, extremely happy about that. I'm almost tempted to do that instead of actually playing what we're going to be playing. But I think I want to show what happens with the story. So we're going back to really the start. Now, when you play the story, there's 3 different modes you can play. If you download or create your own custom campaigns, you can play those. This through here is what we will ultimately play, which is Conquest. This is the, I guess, the roguelike campaign that they're talking about. Random battles. I think it's still crafted maps, but it may not be. I sort of hope it isn't, because that would be quite interesting. But it's a very simple approach to the game, but it's done in a different sort of way. You've got like a random, almost like a Slay the Spire type aspect to it, where you go through a progression that is randomly generated for you at the start of each round. You've got like a limited number of different heroes you can play with, but they're also randomly chosen for your selection, and so it's a fairly quick way to play the game, but through a fairly long sort of series of different things. The campaign itself, this is the story campaign. So fight foes as you journey across Orania. And so in this case, I've unlocked the prologue, which is your tutorial. You can't play any of the others without that one being unlocked. And so once that one's done, this is like a beginner mode, which really just sets up the tone of how you then play. The next one over through here, now I've turned off the cutscene, so we're not going to get the intro into the story. If I had have had that one turned on, these take about 5 minutes of cutscenes just to go through and explain what's happening. Let's just go and play this one as an example. And so rather than going through the whole story of what's going on, we're actually in here with a foggy terrain. And so we then sort of would start the actual campaign. Now, if I just quit out of this one and just go to mission and then resign and just click on OK, we have a defeat. Not that it matters that much. Just exit. And you'll then sort of see that this is the actual area that we're then going to be playing with. This is the abandoned encampment. And from there, once we actually achieve this one, the game itself will then start to string out where to actually then go with the next portions of the actual of the campaign itself. So it strings together a series of different progressions through the map for you to then go through and then get the final one. So there's a fair bit of content in the game. If we just go back in, you can adjust difficulty as well if you're wanting to. Different ways of doing that as well. There's just so much in here. It really is designed with the player in mind to get the game that they want from it. You can sort of see there, even just with the way that the multiplayer was able to be set up, it's very, very cool. So we'll just go back and close this one, or sorry, I'll just save and exit. So the one I'm most interested in, which is a new way of playing Wargroove, is the Conquest mode. So tough challenges where every decision matters, and it really does. Every portion you play, the health of your units, all that gets then taken across to the next phase. So let's go and play Conquest, and so we'll play a little bit of this. Now we have different unlocks for different sorts of things we can ultimately get once we get past the first one. We have to then collect shards, and then the shards help us then unlock these other processes. So Cherrystone, we start off at Cherrystone. Now we don't have a choice much. We only have the heroes available at Cherrystone initially, and then we have the others will then start to unlock as we do different things. So the first step is to just play it this way. This is a beginner campaign, but we can play it with a higher difficulty level. So let's just go and do that one. So this is and we've got a quick start there if we wanted to, where it'll just set us up at the very, very start. So increased difficulty for Conquest mode. More enemies will appear, however, your crystal rewards are increased, so we get a little bit more crystal. Let's just click on OK. So these are the various heroes that we have available to us to choose from. And so when we come in, we have a bit of a banter at the start. I wonder who's competing this year. And so we have Mercia, which is the queen. We've got Emmerich, which is, I think, one of the old soldiers. And then we have Caesar, which is the queen's dog. So you command against +2 movement, so that can be Caesar is quite a good character. They're all good. So this one here has got Acuity, and Acuity, your archers gain +1 attack range. Emmerich is Conscription, so gain 2 soldier units immediately. And then we've got Caesar, which is Celerity, which actually gives the commander 2 extra movement, which allows the commander to then play a bigger role in combat. And it's one of these things, when you're playing this game, just as a bit of a tip, you've almost got to think, who do I want to soak up the damage, the units or the commander? Because when you get to heal your units, you've got to make a bit of a choice as to which way you do go. I think I might just play with Queen Mercia. Get the archers with the extra attack range. Let's just go that way. We do actually have a healing aura, which is actually, this is the special ability. This is the groove that we actually end up having. This one's got Elder Shield, this one's got Inspire. That one I think would be good for us. So we'll go in with her. So we start off, we always have Mercian, yeah, there we go, how time flies. Now we have to choose what formation we're going to be going in with. Now, I don't think that these are random. No, I don't think they are. I think that these are just the different formations that we then get to go through the random battles, essentially, with. And so we've got 1 soldier, 2 spearmen, 1 archer. I quite like this one. No bonus funds. This one here is just 1 soldier, 1 spearman, 1 archer. So we have less spearmen. But we have the funds available then to go and buy other things in some of the maps. Or in this case, we go in with 1 dog, 1 mage, 1... Actually, no, this one does change. Sometimes there's some up that come in with 2 dogs and things. So there is a bit of a randomness to this as well. But I quite like this one here to get the extra spearman. So let's just go that way. That's the archer, spearman, and the swordsman. Okay, so let's get into it. Death is permanent. Yep, so this is really just a run for us to get as far in as we can. And we've got the different sorts of units we may be coming up against. Everyone's here. Let's get a running as first annual Conquest games begin. So, okay, let's go already. That's that one there, I think, saying that. Oh, no, it was that one there. What's the next one to talk? Nope, they're all gone. Because I've turned off the cutscenes to a large degree. Now, the way it works, it's very much like Slay the Spire, where you've got like a series that you've got to then progress through. When you get to a branch, you've got to then choose which way you're going to go. Certain of these will just be like small combats in through this other side. You've got some where there's like a mystery. The mystery event often brings great rewards, but also great risk. You've got things, for example, like this, where you've got a merchant, so buy items to upgrade your unit. So if we can make some money along the way, we can sort of do that one. This one here is recruit, so we get a chance to recruit a unit. This one here is face an enemy army in combat, but Fog of War is active in this case. And so these are all randomly sort of generated for us for the actual run. And then as we sort of come back up through, can branch off in different ways. And then finally we end up, I'm guessing that this must be the boss fight. Your goal, a challenging boss fight at the very, very end of all of this. So we have a progression through from here through to here. So whichever way we decide to go, we're going to have different sorts of options available to us. So let's just start in here. So we just go to combat. I'll just play a few of these out so you can see what it looks like. This will be a fairly long video. So we've actually come in. Now this little map that's in here, I don't know if this is randomly generated or not. I'm guessing not. But what we end up having through here is like a series of different units. Now let me talk about the game itself, how it's played, because these little battles, you can actually learn a lot about how the game is actually then plays out. So we have our commander. This is Queen Mercia back over through here. You can see down in the bottom left, it's got like her, and it's got like the top little thing with the little sort of like almost like a shock symbol with 0%. That's how far she is into her groove. Now, we've got the normal groove will sort of trigger at 100%. The extended groove or the better groove will then come at 200%. At the moment, her health is 100%, which you see down below. And she's on a road which doesn't give any benefit or any buffs or nerfs to her ability as a fighter. If we hover over this unit here, for example, this is a swordsman, and you can see there, again, 100% health. But the thing we actually have with this one is we've got like that one standing in a forest, which gives it three more protection. So it's a little bit more difficult for units to actually attack this one. Over here we actually have an archer. Now the archer, if I go and click on this unit, for example, you can see there that I've got like an ability. Now if I'm going to attack this unit here, it wants to move to there to be able to then do the attack, because it can't actually fire from here. It will do 75 damage to it before we do anything at all, which is actually good. So we could actually go and do that. So that's actually, so it does give me that one 72, 48 in through that side. Now, why is that one 48? Because that one's standing on a mountain. You can see there that this pig has got like 100% health, but it's on the mountain where it gets 4 sort of extra protection. So only 48 health damage done to that one through there, 72 there because it's just standing on fields, and the fields give it 1. This guy here doesn't have anything, it's 75, and so we can certainly sort of start to take that one out. Now, we want to be doing as much damage as possible with things like the archers. The archers are really important, but we also need to protect it because they're going to be important for future battles. Other things we can do with these units, if I just go and click on them, we'll just cancel that, for example. We can also then have a look to see, what are the benefits, how does everything work? It's very simple to get information about these very pure little battles. So these little pig things that we actually have in through here, if I go and right click on that, it brings up this basic information about the unit. It tells me what they're on or what other abilities they've actually then sort of got. So they're on a mountain. Now the mountain itself has got, for example, it's going to take 3 movement to move through a mountain area. The other bits and pieces, I'm not exactly sure what they all relate to. I haven't had a good look at the codec, but if we wanted to find out what these were, we could find out that within the game. These are a dog unit, even though and this one is a quick unit, critical hit when another dog unit is adjacent to the target. So if there's a target that this dog is fighting and there's another dog also adjacent to the target, they'll do a critical hit, which gives them a lot more power in their actual attack itself. So it's a dog type unit. If we now go to the codec, you can see there it's effective against archers, so it does 80% damage against archers. This is actually a really good way to look at this when you've got specific units. It does 80% against normal soldiers, and it does 70% against dogs. It's vulnerable against commanders, so commanders can do 120% damage against it. It's vulnerable against spearmen, 85%. Against archers at 80%. Even though it's good against archers, it also takes damage from archers, and it also against other dog units. So the dog units will do 70% extra damage to it. So that's sort of how things do work. So these are the sorts of attacks that will actually end up, and we just happen to have 2 spearmen units, we have an archer unit, etc., coming back through. Now, to get even more information about this particular unit, you can see there it's got 5 basic movements as well. If we go to the codex, back through here, now this is number 7 of 7. It does sort of come back through. So the battle boar is the dog unit for this swashbuckler type faction, for this I'm not sure what this one actually is. I think this is actually like the pirate type faction. And so we've got different factions as well, but they're all basically the same unit. So the dog units, any dog unit from any faction will have the same abilities. And we can see down through there we've got a damage matrix. And so we saw there we've got the 80% against the swordsman. So these are the different sorts of units. 70% against the dog, for example. It's got a low level, it can't attack air units. So beach combat only. Back in through here, it's got like different sorts of combat against specific type of units. I won't talk too much about the way this one does work because you can see it all on the summary screen. In through here as well, we actually, we need to play more campaign missions to unlock this entry, so we don't get the information about that one. We do get a little bit in through here. So this is like a dog unit. This is the lore. So the lore about this particular type of unit is not showing up in the battle boar. But if we go back across into the strategy, so this is a dog unit, fast and strong but fragile. Best when striking first. In fog of war, scouts see further than most units and can see enemies hidden in forest tiles. Critical hit. Crit when another scout ally is adjacent to the... So dogs are considered scout units. Scouts get the adjacency attack coming back through. Number 6, it's just showing a dog, a quick unit, critical hit when another dog unit is adjacent to the target. It's just showing that adjacency to that particular unit in through there. It costs 150 if you're going to be buying these units. They move at 5 and they've got 3 sights. So that just gives you the summary of what's going on. I should maybe sort of move backwards, back through this particular list to sort of then go and do it. So this is the codec. Now the codec itself in the game is very, very cool. You've got how to play back and through here, like how grooves work, what they do. Different pages then sort of explain all the different aspects of how a groove actually does work. It's an extremely good help file, I've got to say, the way that they've actually done it. The different items you can then find. Conquest mode, how this one does work. In fact, if we have a read of this one here, so a series of random battles. Units, health, gold, and items persist from map to map. Unit deaths are permanent. Lose and you'll start over. Defeat the boss to win. Very simple, like what we just sort of explained. It's, as I said, the actual the way that Chucklefish have actually sort of put this together is Chucklefish, and I think they may just be the publisher, the developer. I can't remember what their name was. Anyway, the way they've put this together is very, very pure, very pure. And Chucklefish games tend to do this a lot. They're very, very good producers of games. Commander units, who they all actually are, what they do. There's Queen Mercia. So it just gives you a bit of summary. So this is a bio, daughter of the late King Mercia II. Defeated Sigrid, Elode, and the ancient weapon Requiem, organised the first treaty involving all 4 nations of Urania. And so this one here, we've just got the, Mercia was ruled, blah, blah, blah. It just gives you all of the detail about her as well. Again, what she then does with the healing aura. We'll look at this one once we get it up to 100%, but we don't have to do that one just yet. Healing aura strategy, so is that it's most effective when used to repair expensive and powerful units. This groove also increases her sustainability, allowing her to make risks other commanders cannot, which is actually a good thing. This is going to be important for us to use this healing aura. And every hero has got a different type of thing. So we can see there what she's good at. Again, 120 against dogs. Now we've also got swordsmen. If we go back through, this is a damage matrix in through this particular group. If we just go back to units, I can then toggle the faction. Like if we go back to the battle boar in through this side, toggle faction, we still have the same setup, even though we're now looking at the battle pup in through here. This is actually probably closer to what we actually are. This is the human faction. So we actually have like swordsmen, pikemen, for example. You can see there that they've got different sorts of abilities depending on what they're actually then going to be doing. And you can toggle through each of the actual factions and then sort of get like a difference back over through here as well. So that's actually against against these different types of units back in through there. But I thought I'd just show it. There's terrain as well, just goes through how things work with the different terrain. There's not too much terrain to sort of then talk about, but it does give you explanations as to how things actually do work. I should actually pause this and just have a quick read of this bit of it. All right, actually that now makes sense. So in my head I was trying to think, what are those little symbols that were on the, like on the mountain, for example, these little things in through here? This now makes sense, because what this is foot movement is going to take 3. I think that's air movement is going to take 1, sort of like almost like rocket type movement, 1 as well, and then airship movement 1 as well, so that it doesn't slow down the flying units. If we have a look at the units themselves and then have a bit of a look at what's going on through here, and I'll just toggle the faction till we get our humans back again. So we've got the swordsman, the pikeman, these are the basic units. The wagon, if we just go back into the last screen, or one of the last screens, you can see there, this has got 12 moves, 12 wheel movement. So when we see wheel movement, we can then do different sorts of things. So these cannot go onto a mountain because wheel movement doesn't exist for the mountain. That's how I understand that to work. The ranger would be foot movement, for example. Alchemist foot, the knight will be horse movement, sort of like mounted unit. So these do 6 move. So again, a mounted unit can't go onto a mountain. Ballista, back in through here, wheel movement. Trebuchet, wheel movement. Golems are sort of like mounted type movement in through there. Rogues, foot movement, but moving very, very quickly. Marksmen, 4. And through here, these have got like different sorts of things. Villagers, foot movement. Balloons, this is the airship type, or the air movement. So this one's got 6 air moves. Flamingos, I don't know what this actually is. Like it's almost like well, it's not rockets, is it? So it's a different type. I think that this means that it can take off and land. I don't know what the symbol actually is. Harpies are flying units again. Witches are flying units. There's a whole lot of them in here. Ember wings, flying. Barge is a sea, like a sea transport type unit. Riverboats are sea transport. Merfolk are amphibious. So I think this means that they can actually then go and work both on land and in the ocean as well. And so so it's got critical hits in through there. Sea turtle is now I'm not sure what that one does mean. It may mean it can submerge. That could mean a submerged unit. Frogfolk, amphibious. Harpoon ship. Actually, that's not right either, is it? Not sure how that one then works. Yeah, with critical went on reef terrain. If we go back up to the other one that was this one here as well, the critical hit from deep sea terrain. Anyway, I'm not exactly sure what that is sort of symbolising. It looks like they can't really move across into anything else. There's so much that's been added to this one here. Warships as well. Critical hit when on beach. So we've got octopus as well, which is just ocean. Assuming that that's all that actually is. Yeah, so there's a lot of different styles of units, but again, every faction has got one of them. Right, well, let's get into it. This will be a long video. We'll just start to sort of play out what we have, what we sort of need. You've got lore as well, the different sorts of stories that then come in. These unlock as you do the story events, and you can sort of then read the information about the different sorts of factions, their backstories if you're so interested. Different sorts of structures that you've got as well, and then catalogues as things sort of as you start to sort of come forward through the game itself. So this will then unlock as you play. Right, let's get into it. It's important that we actually understand what's going on with these. So these are vulnerable. Sorry, these are effective against archers and soldiers and other dogs. They're vulnerable to the spearman and the commander. So that's important for us to know. Just close that one off. And so I can do this with all of these. We've got 2 swordsmen as well. And so these are effective against archers. So everyone is good against archers, but they're vulnerable against commanders, dogs, spearmen, and archers. So, and this one in through here is actually fine. They're on a road. They've got no defense in through there. We'll just close that one off. And then we've got another one down here. Now, what we want to see is where can they go? And so how can we actually attack these? And so if we have a look at this one here, I'm going to have to move forward to be able to attack one of these different units. This one here is a bit of a problem. We're going to need to try to kill this unit off. If we go and click on this unit here, for example, I will ultimately be able to move into there. And if I use my commander, I can use the commander to destroy this one. The way that combat works is you can see there I've got 120%, which means 120% of all their health that's actually there, which means it's going to be a kill. It won't get a chance to fight back. So I think we'll start there. Let's have a quick look and see what they can then go and do. If we go and click on this one here, we can then see it can move and attack into either of these 2 locations, which is a bit of a problem. These dogs, I need to get at least one of these dogs killed. So let's just go into here and kill this one off. Do the attack. Again, it's like a puzzle game. So she comes straight forward against Wolfar. And so Mercia is the faction we're playing. Wolfar is the one that they're playing. So we've got that one now established. So we've done that particular kill. Now this one here, I can attack that one at 77. I'm going to do that one a little bit differently. These ones here, by the way, we should actually just see what the criticals are. So basic infantry, useful for capturing structures, critical hit when adjacent to its commander. So if it can get adjacent to its commander, it will do a critical hit, which is good. So we'll just close that one off. And it's in a forest at the moment, so it takes 2 movement to walk through the forest, but to leave the forest won't be a problem. So I can actually attack that one, where I do get a critical hit chance, but we're going to have 26% of our damage coming back in after we do the damage there. And this one here, we're only going to do 30% because it's on the mountain, and then more damage is going to come back in. Now we're going to definitely have a problem here with something. Now if I use this one here, I can actually go and attack from this location into either one of them. I think I want to kill off, actually before I do that one, I'm just going to go and have a look at these as well. Now I can't actually get close, I can't put these next to each other. I think they have to be actually adjacent, when adjacent to another spearman, so diagonal doesn't count. So we'll close that one off. But this one here, I can do a bit of damage with 11% coming back the other way. It still means we've got another one coming this way. If we go and attack with this one to start with, it means we get a kill. Now, at the moment, when I move into here, this unit is going to then be vulnerable to both this one and this one, but we'll get this one killed off now. So let's go and kill that one. These are slow moving, but we managed to move there because there's nowhere else for it to go. So we destroy that one. There's no criticals that are coming back, so I can't really move anywhere else. What I do want to do is protect this unit here. So I'm just going to go and have a quick look to see what this one can do. So we can actually move in to there and attack that one. It can move down into here. It's really only that position there that's the problem. So I want to protect that part, that portion. It can't do any other. It can't attack this one any other way. This one through here also can't attack any other way. So it's only that square there that's the problem square. It can then have a choice against anyone else. I can move this one up into this location, but I think I'll actually use the spearman, the swordsman, who is now hang on, before we actually look at this one here. It is effective against archers, soldiers, and dogs. We'll close that one off. The swordsman is effective only against archers. So it's so we're better off leaving this one behind and using this one back up into here, because the dog will then have the whatever it's called, the battle pup, whatever, will have a bit of a problem against that unit. So none of these units are all that. This isn't all that strong against any of these units. Now this one into here, this one can actually get a shot. It can. Oops, hang on. We won't attack. I want to. It can attack back into there. It can no longer attack that unit back there. And this unit can't attack either. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to go and leave my turn here now. So I'm just going to go and end turn. So I'm happy enough with where we are. Okay, so here they come. So it gets first attack, does a fair bit of damage, and we do a fair bit of damage back. It does another bit. Whoa, nearly killed us. This is important. We don't die. We're down to 1 point, basically. 1 health point. Now, this one is now susceptible. What I need to do is I need to end up with this one being able to move in and attack this unit at 77%. I'm going to be able to kill off either one of these with our main hero. So I'm just going to go and fire at this one. That's 98%. That's 95%. So it essentially kills it off. There's a little skull over the top of either one of these. I'm going to take out... Well, it really doesn't matter whichever one, to be honest. I'm just going to take this one out. Now, we didn't move, so we have a critical hit coming in. This one here, I do want this one to move back out of the way. Actually, it's not going to matter wherever it actually ends up going. So just go and wait there, and then we can bring this one through to kill it off. Now, if we have a, just cancel that for 1 second, we're at 45% of the groove there, and this will be what we need to heal this one up. We'll attack. So we're through there, and we do get victory. We do get a little bit of extra stuff. We defeated 4 units. We lost no units. Total turns was 2, but we've got 1 unit that's very, very badly damaged. We picked up 124 gold and 1 shard. So we'll just click on OK. So we now actually have 2 choices here. We've got one where we can just go and play a battle, face an enemy army in combat, or we have like a mystery in through here plus another combat. Let's go to the mystery so you can see what that looks like. This is usually just some sort of interaction. So we have, grr, we'll never win the Conquest games at this rate, says Bill. Hey, you, give us one of your units. I ain't asking. I can ignore their demands or transfer a random unit. Now, I'm going to ignore their demands. So you won't take one. You won't let us take one. We'll just have to break one, says Bill. Now, unfortunately, this was not a good one for us to pick because we've now got a random event that has occurred. Uh-oh, this is going to hurt like hell. Yeah, we've almost lost that unit. So this is terrible for us. Turn 2. All right. So we've now got we've got wind on the actual map itself. I'm not sure if we see how that one then plays out. If we go and we can do 65% chance there. We also have this one here, which will do 75%. I can bring this one up into there, which is what I'll do. Which will then give me a critical with this one here. Yeah, which then kills off that unit, which is perfect. So we can do that one there by bringing that one up, so we end up with the critical hit chance. So slower, more powerful infantry, critical hit when adjacent to another spearman. And so these are effective against cavalry, so we get an extra sort of like boost against the cavalry anyway. We'll just close that one off. So we'll just go and attack. That means there's nothing bad coming back the other way. This then opens up this other one. Now we're still at 76% of our Wargroove. Oops, hang on, where are we? Cancel that. Yeah, 76%. You can see now in the bottom right-hand corner. So we've got, she's almost ready to start healing up these different units. So we'll just go in and attack, even though it's going to be a little bit of damage coming back her way.
Brace yourself.
So a little bit of damage coming back her way. So she's down to 9. This one's down to 2. This one here, I can do 4%. They can't really, I don't think that they can do anything. If we just have a bit of a look here, they can only really attack her. There is an archer here which can ultimately move to there and still attack her, only her. So there's really nothing much that they can do. So I'm just going to stay where I am. Oh, by the way, I'll just show one other little thing. When I hover over that, see there's an exclamation mark. It's got 4% because only one of them left, but it's got the exclamation mark next to the unit. That means it's a critical hit. If I go to the next one, actually even that one I can still reach as a critical hit, but let's just do the damage in here. So a little bit of damage done, and we're just going to move this unit up as well. Now hang on, this one here can actually hit into there and hit into there, so it can still get a reasonable attack. This one here can't do much anyway, so let's just move this one down. Very important we try to sort of keep everyone sort of healthy. So a bit more damage. She's down to 8. This one will get killed. And then we've got the next one coming in as well. So not enough to kill them. Turn 3. Now she may have enough. Yeah, see how she's now got this flame around her now. So she's now ready to do this, to do her special ability. And if we have a look and see her codec, so we should then be able to, so with Mercia, if we look at the actual matrix itself, healing aura strategy. So Mercia's healing aura is that it's most effective when used to repair expensive and powerful units. This groove also increases her sustainability, allowing her to take risks other commanders cannot. This is the way it works. It's heal surrounding allies, radius of 3, charge 1, so medium, and so this is the restores 50 health to allies in radius, so that will be helpful. Charge 2 is slow, so restores 75 health to allies in radius, bonus 10 health to all allies. Now, if I charge it up even further, I think I need to do this now, just because we've got so many that are actually damaged. Just going back here, that's just the history. So just go back to the codec. Sorry, the damage matrix in through there. We'll just close that one off. So really this is now what we want to be doing, is we want to go close that one off, use her. Now this will actually do it at range 3. So I'm going to move back and use the healing aura at that location.
None shall fall while I still stand. Healing aura.
So we've now got, this unit has gone from 2 to 6, and this one's gone from 1 to 5. So we can now sort of do the damage here. That's going to be 41. It's not going to kill it. That one, it would be useful to do this one. But we also then take damage as well ourselves. So we don't want to do that. The swordsman may be able to break through to there once this one is dead. So let's just go and kill this one off. Now 60%, that's going to kill it. So that's fine where we are there. Let's just go and do that one. Attack. And we can move in, where this one will do 70% of the damage and actually then end up, it'll take a little bit of damage itself, but let's just go and do it. So a little bit with its daggers coming back the other way, and then we should be able to now finish it off. Yeah, so we can see that the little skull. We have to move into that position to do it though. So unfortunately, the randomness of it, we didn't actually get the benefit of the unknown aspect. But we managed to heal up some other units. We've got 523 now, which is good. So we'll just click on OK. And so we've now conquered this area, but not what we wanted. So the next one is basically another combat. So we'll just quickly go in and do that as well. I can't go back to here anymore. This is now gone. And so we've now got wounded units. We need to get her back up to be able to use that same aspect again. She's at 21% again now. So again, we just continue on. Now this one, the maps themselves are not random. I've seen this map before, but the units on them are. So this is actually quite interesting. The last time I actually had this map, had a different collection of units. They were still the same sort of faction, this sort of grass type faction. If we have a look at them, I think this is just swordsmen. So these are soldier, basic infantry, critical hit when adjacent to its commander. So it needs to be near its commander. It's effective against archers. Vulnerable to commanders, spearmen, and archers. So we'll close that one off. So we've got a fair few of these. This one here is a soldier as well. That's okay. We do actually have a spearman unit, which are effective against soldiers and archers, but vulnerable to commanders. And so we've got a couple of those. Now, they're not going to be able to move very fast to do what they have to do. These here can. They can. Now, that one can't quite reach this one just yet. Now, our commander, because of the way we're playing, has got an extra +1 range for our range unit. Now, that one can reach it if it gets into here or here. This unit can't actually go anywhere else, but we can essentially establish a line through here, which would then stop it from moving. This one here can get to that unit there. So we want to be able to kill off certain units. That one can basically get into there or there to attack this one. So two of them could attack that particular unit. Now the only critical we have here is that we've got 45% chance to damage that one because it's not actually, it's on a flag style, I think. Actually, let's have a bit of a look. Where is it? If I just look at it, yeah, flagstone. So it's got 2 defense on the flagstone, accessible to those on foot or horseback, but no one else. And so it does sort of, that really only allows these guys to take benefit. Ours would also take benefit from it, but we need to protect our archer. And so the archer really does have to be protected. Now, at the moment, that one can actually break through, so I'm going to have to use my weaker. Actually, no, I can use my commander here if I wanted to. So I'll do that with the commander. She can't really do anything else. So let's move across to there. And we'll just wait. Now this one here can only really get to there to attack the commander. So we'll leave the commander there. This unit here will just move up. Now this one here can get to an attack into that square. This one here can attack into any of these squares. So we need to get in front. We need to get another one back into here as well. So I'm going to put, unfortunately, that 2 of these can attack that square there. So I'm better off putting this one in the middle to take the attack from this unit, and then have this one, because this one can't reach. It can't reach this square here. So it can't reach that square. This one can, this one can't. So the only one that can reach, there's only one unit that can actually reach that square. And we don't have to worry about these because they're moving too slowly. We'll be finished with these before that actually happens, hopefully. So my options are to either move this one across into here, where only one unit will attack it, and then you move that one up to get the critical hit. I can leave that one back as well. So no, they can still hit it, and that one can't hit it. So I've got 2 different choices in here. I think I'll still take this option to just move this one up into there and this one to take potentially two hits. So let's just go across into there, and then wait. And that one in there and wait. This one here will do the... Now, if I hit that one there, I've got to move, but this is a critical hit. So we'll just go and attack. Just start to whittle it down. And this one over through this other side, I'm just going to leave this one back up with the other units. All right, so it's now their turn. It's quite strategic, the game. And the map itself is not random, but the unit's placement actually is. Yes, we took a bit of damage there. Yeah, they did go after the... they went for a 2-to-1. And that means that these units are not going to be all that strong. That's good. Okay, so we've got... we do actually have the ability here to kill off this unit with this particular one, which is fine. these can still not really do any damage to anything as long as they don't move down, so they're going to be okay where they are. They do get to move quickly down to there and then have a shot, but we're not going to be moving into that location. Now this one's only got 1, this one's got 3, this one's got 3, so I can kill these off fairly readily. Now again, with this one in here, we're going to be wanting to not take any more damage. Hang on, just go and have a quick look at her. She's at 34%. So if we go and attack this one, that's 95, that will then kill that one off. Let's just go and do that one.
I won't hold back.
That means there's no attack coming back. Now we do have to be a bit careful of these, but this one can't attack because it's too slow. This one here cannot attack that one, but can attack one of these two. Now that's got 3, let's just go and kill this one off with this unit. That one's down, and this one here, critical hit, which will then kill that one off as well. Nice. Okay, so we're getting close to this one leveling up. Let's just go and move across. Now this one here can actually, it can move to there. It can only really hit into either of these two locations. This one's still got 8. So let's go and get this one ready. Which way do we want to go? I can't give it a target at all. I mean, I won't do that, but I'm thinking it'll end up in here, which should be okay for us. Let's just go and wait there. This one here, I'm just going to keep this one back where it is. So we'll just go and click end our turn. Oh, it didn't move. It didn't move this unit. So this unit still can't do anything. Right, so we're now at 72%. So we do want to sort of do the attack in through this other side. We're going to take 7% damage coming back, but it won't matter once we actually use our main attack. So we've got this one here, which is a critical. That one we would have to move to make use of it. So let's just do a bit more damage here. Okay, a little bit of damage done. And then she can almost finish this one off with this attack. And this should then bring her special ability up for the next turn. So she is now at 83%. Hopefully that will then work. And we can then just kill this one off at 35, which will then give it a kill. Alright, so she's now at 92. Hopefully we get to do this one very, very soon. We've got this one here at 4. Nothing else coming in this way, so we'll just end our turn in here. So we'll, again, just allow things... I could actually attract another attack in through this other side, but I don't want to do it because these are very strong. If we have a look at them, they're strong against soldiers, so I don't really want to be inviting that particular attack in just yet. So we'll just cancel. Oops, hang on, we'll just end our turn. God, I keep on clicking the wrong thing. End turn, yes, okay. Good, it's now in the open. Now, do we have the aura? No, we don't, not quite. So what I want to do is I want to do the attacks, as many attacks in here as I can. I'll do 37 there. It's out in the open, this one. So this one is basically only getting 1 defense just from the planes. And so this is certainly a better option for us, where we've actually now extracted it back out. So we've got 37 in through there. Attack. This may be enough to now allow us to then do the extra healing. What are you on? What are you on? You're on 95. Wow. Okay. Now where can you move? I'm better off leaving this for one more turn. So that one cannot reach anyone at this stage. Let's just move it down and wait. And then we end our turn here. So it's moved out into the open. Turn 5, are we up high enough yet? Still at 95. just do the damage into, oh hang on, we need to move away so we can then do another attack. So we'll do the attack from over here. This is enough to give us the 100%. 98, damn it. Wow, this is bad. We're going to have to start the next one with an actual kill in this case. So we'll get the kill now, and then this will then take us over the limits for the next actual attack that we then go and do. So unfortunately this will then end off this particular one. Oh, there we go. So we've now got the ability to heal up. Just click on OK. And so we're now at this level. We've now gone through this area. We'll just go to the merchant. Now we can either, the merchant is down in here. So once you're ready to move on, select exit to the map for the mission in through here. We'll just go and click on the merchant. So we've got hiking boots. So unit travels further, ignoring all terrain movement penalties, or the arrow shield. Now the arrow shield protects against 50% of all damage from units capable of ranged attack. It's only 100, and we've got 722. Now, I know that it's 500 for us to go and get another archer, and I want another archer. So I'm going to go and spend, or what's that going to take us down to? That would take us down to, it'd still be enough. So the hiking boots, or this one here, I think I'm going to grab the arrow shield. We've purchased that. And we'll place that one here. Oh, I can actually I can do this one now with everyone anyway. Let's just go in and, hang on, do we move? No, we can't move. Can't do anything there. Oh, it has to be another unit. It has to be one of my normal units. In that case, I'll use this unit to move on in. So we'll have to equip it with this one. This one at least will help protect this particular unit that we've got. So that one's now been equipped. Now everyone has to be within 2 of this one, so let's just go and move everyone in around the actual unit itself, and we'll just get everything healed up. Oh, I can't do it. I still can't do it. No, I can't actually do it. All right, so I'll just have to exit and then start this one off in the next phase. So sort of things are not going all that well for us, so we'll just exit the map. I mean, we'll get there. The next one is recruit. So when we come back in, we just have, so once you're ready to move on, you do the same sort of deal in through here. We'll come back across. So the ranger is 500, which is what we want. We can get a battle pup. Actually, I probably should have waited for that one. So let's go and grab one of these. So we definitely want to get another one of these. And we'll just go back in. We've still got 122, so I can get myself a swordsman. We'll recruit that one as well. So we're getting a bigger army now, sort of moving on through. I still can't use this one effectively for anything. So we'll just exit the map. And across into the next phase. So we now actually have a fog of war battle. So face an enemy army in combat. I think we'll make this the last one that we do. I've gone for well over an hour now. But you can see it's an interesting game, as you can sort of see. Now we have to protect these units stringently. And we do get to use this now. So we need to get all of the damaged units in close to her. So I'm going to move that one down into there. Actually, we've got anyone that can move across. We don't know what's out through this other zone. It's really important that we now make use of this. If I go and click on her, the healing aura, these are too far away. If we just have a look and see what the healing aura does, just go back to the codec. Yeah, to the radius of 3. So when we have a look at it, it's radius of 3. So it goes how far out? So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So I think we're actually okay where we are. Let's just close it. In this case, actually, what I could do is just move into, just to be doubly sure, is move into here, then use the healing aura at that location. Yeah, that actually does catch everyone anyway. Or I just stay where I am and do the same thing, which I think, no, we're not going to get these. So yeah, we'll do this.
I'm here to help. Healing aura.
That's good. We've got nearly everyone back up to full strength, which is fantastic. I can't move to there. I can move one of these down to here and then wait. We need to get somebody to protect these units. That's good, and we'll just have to now sort of come in and just wait for, now what have we got there? We've got, if anything comes along this other side, we're going to be in a bit of problem. We're okay in here. Just need to protect these archers for a turn. And we want to keep these guys together. Now if there's dogs or anything, we're going to be in trouble. So we'll just keep where we are there, just wait. Okay, what do we got? Some other sort of unit. This is a bit more dangerous for us. Here they come, the undead. Okay, so we can now sort of start to attack. Now these have got the extra attack range, so we can kill that one off straight away. Now, there's no time limit here, so we want to preserve our troops as best we possibly can. So let's just wait where we are. I'm liking the way that we've got this all structured. Like we've got protection down through here. It's only going to be archer units that will be able to sort of do any sort of damage this way. So she's now up to 9% again. Let's just leave it where that is. We'll just wait and just get all of them to wait now for the next round and see what it brings in. It should, because of the way this is sort of structured, it's going to be a little bit tricky. Actually, I'll cancel that. I will just stay exactly where I am, I think. Here they come. And again, we can just do the same deal. We really, because of the power of our ranger units, we can literally just sit here and just milk this this aspect as much as we like. Let's move up into there. Wait. And wait there. So it'd have to come through the back. So we'll just wait a little bit longer. It's a nice defendable location that we're in. Okay, a bit stronger now. This one here looks to be a bit... it's only got the road. Yep, that's okay. Just a spearman. Close that one off. That one's just a normal spearman as well. We've got 74 there. And I can still do a 74 there as well. This one is on the mountain. It also does 74s back and through that other side. So let's go and... we should be able to kill both of these off now with these. So we're getting critical hits because we're not moving. And that one there, I can kill that one off, but I can just do lots of damage here. Great. So both of those have taken a bit of damage. Now, we do get a kill there with one of these, so whichever way we go. If I go into the here, we get a bit more protection, so let's just go and do that. Let's to start with. So they're gone, we didn't take any damage there. Now our commander is up to 33 at this stage. She can also move up, which then gives them better protection back this other side. Let's go and do that. That's interesting as well with the fog of war, the way that's actually working. We'll see this in just a second. So she can see further, but she can't see through forest. So we can sort of see up to that mountain and down along here. So she's got, her sight range is better at 3, but just not against the, she's not a flying unit, so she can't see across the top. I'm going to keep this unit back. Just wait. And these units really can't move up too far, but if I move them up together, it's sort of like a critical damage. Actually, I might even just leave it like this. This, I think, sort of works in still fairly well with what we've got. So let's just go and end our turn. Can hear movement. There's still someone out and about. So we can move these now up a bit closer and just keep them protected. I don't know which way they're going to come, but we'll just see how they go. There's no reason really not to move her up at least one. And this one as well. Oh, they did come in that back way. That's not too bad. They're in the forest though, so they did actually come around this other side. So they've got some protection in the forest, like 3 protection. And this one as well. It moved back. Don't know why it did. Oh, victory, there we go. So that was nice and simple. That was actually an easy one. We didn't move very far. They just came at us. So that was, I guess this is the negatives of playing a random map, is you end up with these sorts of battles where you can just turtle away and do what you need to do. But again, I love the idea that they've actually got random battles in the game. And so this is, again, another one. I'll just play a little bit further just to sort of see what we've got. This is a elite combat. Face an elite enemy in combat, receive a blessing as a reward. So that was a Fog of War combat. Back in through here. We come back through. So we've got a different sorts of humans. Give shiny metal for trinkets, says Cremini. Now, I didn't actually have a good look to see what else was coming. Let's see what they've got. Now, they've got hiking boots. So unit travels further, ignoring all terrain movement penalties. Or arrow shield again. Now, we've got 221. There's nothing else for us to really make it use of. So let's go and use these hiking boots. No, I can't grab that one with the hero. So that's so we can't equip the hero. It has to be one of these other units. I'm going to use one of these guys to do this, because I want these to be able to move even further. So this will be much more impactful now with this unit. So we've got a couple of leveled up units back in through here now. Once you're ready, move on. So we just go and exit to map. And I won't play out the next one, but we'll just have a bit of a look at it. We've got a campfire over here that allows us to heal if we need it. We don't really need that one. We can't go back this way anymore. I could have gone that way actually. Got the mystery event. That probably would have been better for me ultimately. So we've got this way. We then got the healing, which is we're always going to get that one. Combat back and through here again, another Fog of War, and so on and so forth through the various ways of playing. We've got a recruitment again, which would be good. Another recruitment back over there. So there's not that many battles that we now have to do to sort of work our way through, but I won't keep on playing beyond this. Okay, this is now a nighttime type battle, but we do get to see everything on the actual map itself. So now the actual main maps themselves are much more intricate than what we're seeing through here. Like we haven't come across any, like we're playing with very limited units, but it's been good to be able to show how the game does play. The actual game can play a lot more intricately. I don't think I'll play this one out because we've gone well and truly over an hour now, so I think I'll just leave it here, guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy what you've seen. I hope that it's been helpful to make up your mind if you actually are thinking that you may be interested in actually playing and buying the game. Again, these are random. I'll show you actually why this is random. If I just go back to the mission and I don't know if I suspend it, save your progress and exit. Yes, we can. If I go back into story, now unfortunately we can't save as a different player. So when we go back to story and go to Conquest, I can either resume or abandon. Now I don't care about abandoning it, so I'm just going to abandon it. Just click on OK. I just want to show you the differences of what we have. Actually, this now looks like we can unlock that one there. Available shards. Okay, so we need 3. I haven't played this part of it before. All right, that's fine. We'll just go there, I guess. So we've now used up that shard, but we'll just go back into here, for example. So again, we're playing as Cherrystone. Just go increase that difficulty. Oh, that was a good difficulty for me. I quite enjoyed that. Just click on OK. So I can go further if I wanted to. Anyway, play the same sort of deal. I'll play the same character. She's coming up a lot. You can see we've now got a different. Now got Nadia. So your soldier units gain +1 movement, gain 2 soldiers or the archers. Let's just go back with Mercia again. I'll play the same setup so you can see that it's actually random if I can anyway. So we had 2 spearmen, 1 soldier, 1 archer. Again, you can see this one's got 2 dogs, which would actually be fairly good for her. Let's just go this way here though. These are sort of, as I say, random. And let's go and get into the actual game itself, and you see sort of how things actually then do work. There we go. Gone and blah blah blah. In we go. So we have a different layout. So we've got a recruitment back in through there straight away if we wanted to get. We've got the mystery. So that you've got more mysteries back over this side. So you can see it's actually different each time we do play it. Even the layout is different. We end up with a boss battle, of course, but the actual process of getting there is different each time. So it's very, very cool, this actual aspect of playing the game, if you do want the random content, which is what I do want. Having said that, the actual battles themselves, the main battles, would be much more intricate with the actual handcrafted whole approach, because you're going to end up with cities which allow you to heal. You've got cities which will then allow you to get more income, like as you sort of play through the actual battle itself. But I really do like this mode of playing. It's a very different way of playing the game, and for me, this is a really, really good game. Highly, highly recommended if you do like your Battle Isle / Advanced War style games. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time.